Hey, friend. Welcome back to the Pro Organizers Coach podcast and YouTube channel. Thank you so much for choosing to listen and watch this episode. So, in today's episode, we are going to go over how to name your professional organizing business. Now, technically, any business that you're going to be running, it's these same steps that you're going to want to go through. This is episode number 2 in the series of how to start your own professional organizing business. I'm so excited for you to start this journey. It is an amazing journey to be on. When I started my organizing business, everything in my life changed. Now, it took work, it took passion. I was on a mission to help my family, to elevate my life, but also I was called to help people. And I'd always known that about myself, but I wasn't sure exactly what that looked like until I did the work of clarifying my calling, figuring out what I was passionate about, then turning that into a mission-driven business. So, this series is going to help you through the steps, and we're going to stay very high level because there's a lot of information. Inside of my How to Start Your Organizing Business course, I think there's 46 or 48 videos. There's everything from the teachings to the how-tos. I show you how to do things. There's all sorts of stuff in there, the paperwork, every single thing you need to start your organizing business. Now, if you go to proorganizersacademy.com, because you're a listener and because I'm so thankful to you for supporting the show, I'm giving you $50 off. So if you, in all caps, if you will put save 50 as one word, you will get $50 off my How to Start Your Professional Organizing Business course or the website course. If you're like, hey, I've already done most of the steps to start my organizing business, great. Then you still need a website. So make sure to go purchase one of those courses. Let me help you streamline this and get this thing off the ground correctly, so you don't have to make all of the same mistakes that I did when I was starting my business. My passion and my purpose for Pro Organizers Coach is to help you figure out your calling, figure out your mission, help you become a passionate professional organizer so your business stands out in your community and online. Because when we're passionate about something, it shows through, versus if we're trying to copy what someone else has done, or we're trying to be like, oh, well, so-and-so did it that way, so let me just do it that way. That is not going to get you to success as a business owner. Plus, when times get hard, and they do, it's part of running a business. It's just like raising a kid. It comes with the good days and it comes with the bad days. On those bad days, you have to have something that is pulling you forward, which is where being a mission-driven business and being passionate about what you do, that's where that comes in. That is the missing piece for a lot of us, which is what I've realized over these past few years. I've been doing a lot of praying for you. I have been doing a lot of praying about how I can serve you best. And what God has revealed to me is the framework that I'm currently working on. I'm so excited about it. And it doesn't matter if you're just getting started in your business or you've been doing this for years. You still need to have your why, your passion, your purpose. You need to be on mission, right? And so after this series, then we're going to get into all of those pieces. And I'm so excited to get there. But first, I wanted to celebrate hitting 100 episodes with redoing the first series that I ever did when I started Pro Organizers Coach. So if you didn't listen to the previous episode, make sure to go back and listen to it. It is the entire checklist that I have with my course of each step that you need to go through, because we all love a good checklist on how to start your business. It has all of the steps. Now, of course, in the course, I go way deeper and take you through each little mini step, but all of the big steps are in the checklist. So make sure to go to proorganizerscoach.com to get that freebie. It even has a video workshop with it of me taking you even deeper through the checklist. Okay, so the way this is going to work is today I'm going to help you name your business. Now, I have a mini course on how to name your business. It is only $27. It's at proorganizerzacademy.com. The link will be in the show notes in the description below. But today I'm going to go over kind of high level what you need to know. And then if you're like, okay, I need to know more, I need more information, it's $27 and it's me guiding you through how to actually do each step a little bit deeper. I'm Samantha Brown, professional organizer, decluttering specialist, and business coach. I created Pro Organizers Coach podcast to empower you to reach new heights in your business. I am on a mission to build a supportive sisterhood of passionate professional organizers. So whether you're a seasoned pro or you're just getting started, this podcast is for you. All right, how to name your business. First, let me say, it's important what the name of your business is because it's kind of like naming your kid, right? Like the name of something matters. The difference is when you name your child, you can name your child anything you want, first off, because even if someone else has named their kid that, it's okay to have the same name. That's not the case with a business. You cannot name your business the same name that someone else has already taken. And then the second thing is when you're naming a baby, you have 9 months to prepare and think and go over all the different, kind of play with it and sleep on it and pray about it. When you're naming a business, it's kind of hard to say, oh, let me spend 9 months just naming the business when there's all these other pieces that you need as well. So I created this checklist and the mini course to help you streamline this, help you figure it out. Now, I will say, a lot of people that I've coached one-on-one and done a coaching session with, we have gotten them to a name or gotten close to a name with a few different options. And then sometimes they do have to sleep on it. And sometimes it's like, okay, well, give me a day or two. And then it comes and they're like, oh, I know what the name is, right? So it's a little bit of creativity and time, but there's also these steps that you need to go through to make sure you are not taking someone else's business name. So first, you want to start with what matters to you because you want this name to mean something to you. When someone asks you, like once you create your business and you're out telling people in the community, oh, I started a business and the name of my business is, like for me, I named mine Love, Laugh, Organize. Because back then, the live, laugh, love was a big, sign, a sign that a lot of us had. And I loved the saying. And for me, love is always first. I wanted us to have a good time, but then we also needed to organize. And I have people still to this day that call me and are like, I picked you as my organizer because I loved the name of your business. So it matters what you name your business. Now, you can always pivot later, but there's a lot of steps if you are going to pivot later. So it's better to take just a little bit of time right now and make it something that you love, but also make sure that you are not using someone else's name. So there's kind of the creativity side to it. And then there's the tactical how-tos to make sure that that name is even available. So first you want to brainstorm. Do some journaling about you. Write out your story, like maybe write out some things that matter to you or that you want your business to represent and what means something to you from your heart for your clients, what you want this business to be. Make sure to write it down. Do a brain dump and get it all out of your head and onto paper. Then, once you journal some, you want to also do an emotional brain dump, right? So at first, you want to do a brain dump of what do I want my business to be? How do I want to help my clients? What do I want to help them with? And the reason this matters is because some of the clients that I've worked with, when I say clients, I mean like my coaching clients, some of them that I have worked with, they want to make sure that they are helping their clients to repurpose stuff they already have, maybe refresh the space and give it like a renewing kind of feeling. So those types of words matter to them. For me, I wanted to make sure that they knew that they weren't judged and that I was loving them from a place of, I've been called to this and I wanted them to feel loved, but I wanted to have a good time as we organize. So that's how my name came about, like I said a minute ago. And then I've also had other clients that I've coached that it's been more important that they don't really want to renew. They want to actually do the bins and the baskets, and they want to make sure that it is almost Pinterest perfect for their clients. And then I've had other women that I've coached that they want to work on like the minimal side of it. They want to help their clients learn how to declutter and how to become more minimalist. But then others, like there's so many different ways this can go, right? Like I've had some coaching clients that they want to help actually the kids learn how to declutter and organize and help the clients help their children. So based on what you're wanting your business to look like is going to matter how you name it, right? Like you wouldn't want to name it refresh and renew your space, which is a horrible name. I'm just saying you wouldn't want to name it that. And then you actually are helping people declutter and then buy bins and baskets and organize with like labels and stuff. You don't want to help them refresh their space with the items they have. And so you wouldn't want to use the word repurpose if you're not good at repurposing and if that's not your goal for your clients. So that's what I mean by like brain dumping and kind of journaling and spending a little bit of time figuring out, what do I want for my clients? What kind of work do I think I want to be doing? Now, you may start doing that and decide you hate that part of this business, but it at least gives you a starting point. Now, the other, like the emotional side of the brain dump is you want to think about your own story. Like for me, I had to learn how to declutter. My own home was very cluttered and had a lot of stuff in it. And so for me, emotionally, I was very overwhelmed. I was very stressed out. And so the weight that came off of my shoulders and the fact that like I had to learn how to do it, I wanted to I realized it was a teachable skill that I could teach my clients. And then B, once I felt the weight come off, I realized, hey, if I'm overwhelmed by this, I know my clients are going to be overwhelmed when they call me. And so I want to help them understand. I'm going to take them step by step. They do not have to be overwhelmed. They can lean on me, right? And so for me, it's a very personal thing. And so that's when I mean the emotional side of it. Figure out what matters to you. What have you been through? Things like that. Just do some journaling so some of those words can start popping up. Okay. Then you're going to go to a thesaurus. I want you to go through the journaling practices that you've done, and I want you to circle words that pop out to you, and then start a list of phrases. Okay. So again, back to the example of the renew and repurpose. If she was journaling and she was like, oh, I want to be able to help my clients repurpose their space with the items they have. Well, then the word repurpose would be there. So she would circle that and put that down on the new list. And then you're going to start a list from those journaling exercises. Start your new list of words. Well, if you go to search for the name, if she decides, oh, I love the name renew and repurpose. Well, when you go to check and see if that's available, which I'm going to tell you how to do that in just a minute, But if she goes to check and see if that's available and it actually is taken, someone else already has that name, well, then you want to go to a thesaurus and you want to be like, okay, so the word renew, is there another word that maybe I could replace that with, or something else that inspires me? It's kind of a stepping stone quest that you're on. You have to do the first thing and then do the next thing, and then just keep going through the process until you find something that you love and it's available, right? So, the other place that you can get some ideas is you can use a business name generator. Now, just because it generates those names, Shopify is a good one. It has a business name generator. Just because it offers it to you does not mean it's available. So, again, just create your list like you've done your 2 journaling exercises, you've circled, you've gone down, you've looked at a thesaurus, you've written out some different words that you love or phrases that mean something to you. And then you go to the business name generator and you get some ideas from it, right? And you add those to your list. Well, now it's time because now you should have a pretty lengthy list of options for your business name that you like, or at least words that could go together. So now what you want to do is you have to go check and see, okay, is this even available, right? Now, there's a few little pieces in there of creating the name of some questions you want to ask yourself when you're looking at a word or a phrase or whatever the name is that you're coming up with. Because, we can kind of get in our head and make it to where it's a little like we overthink it, or we think, oh, that makes perfect sense when it really doesn't. So you have to ask yourself a few questions about the name that you've decided. But first, you have to know if it's even available, right? So the way that you go check to see if it's available, and I show you exactly how to do this in the mini course, but real quick, I'm just going to give you the steps. You want to Google it and see what comes up. You want to look on socials. So you want to look on Instagram and Facebook specifically to see if anyone else is using that as their Instagram handle or has that business Facebook page. And then you also want to check the domain. So you can go to GoDaddy and you want to check the GoDaddy domain to see if the .com ideally is available. Now, sometimes, like for me, mine's lovelaughorganize.co, because when I came up with the name of my business, I Googled, I looked on socials, no one had that name. And when I Googled, nothing was coming up except maybe like a blog post here or there. And so I was like, I love this name. Like no one has it. So, but then when I went to the domain to purchase lovelaughorganize.com, I was like, wait, it says it's not available. And they wanted like $18,000 or something to purchase the domain. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm like, oh, so someone must be using that .com and already have that name. And I just didn't see it. So I go to lovelaughorganize.com. And it takes me to that page where it's like, this is not an addict, like there was no website attached to it. And the reason is because a lot of people will purchase domains and they will hold on to them with the idea that they're going to resell them for more money. So just be aware. For me, I was like, I'm not paying 18 grand for the .com. But I know no one else is using the .com or has that business name. So I was still in the clear. So I decided to go with the .co. And then now actually the .com is completely available. So, and I purchased it, by the way. But back then, what I know now, because back then I'm like, why is it not available if no one's using it? And it's because a lot of people as a business model actually go and purchase .coms that they think people are going to want, and then they resell them for a ridiculous amount of money, which is why it'll say, oh, there's a broker's fee and we could try to get this domain for you. Play with the wording. What I've learned about domains is it doesn't have to be exactly the name of your business.com. Now, ideally, if it could be, that is fantastic. Great. Go with it. But if you, like for me, I could have done, because my Instagram handle is love dot laugh dot organize, like a period for the dots. I could have done that. Or I could have done love, laugh, period, organize, which that wouldn't have made sense. But you know what I'm saying? Like you could put something in there to get the .com, or play with the wording just a little bit to where it still makes sense for your brand and your business, but then the .com's actually available. So just keep that in mind. I go into that a lot more in detail in the course, but so you've checked Google, you've checked GoDaddy for the domain, you have checked social medias, Instagram and Facebook, and then you want to go onto your state and national, like the SBA.gov, and figure out your state and then see if that's a name that's even available. So there's a lot of different moving pieces, but generally, if when you Google, it doesn't come up, the domain is available, and there's not really anything on socials, you're normally pretty good to assume that there's not a business out there, because almost everybody that has a business now has a social media account and is on Google. And if they're not, they should be, right? So anyways, so once you've found something that you're like, oh my gosh, I love this name. It is exactly what I've been looking for. It's available on socials. It's available as the .com. Like I've figured all that out. You want to make sure a few little things to just think about as like a bonus, making sure that you're good and that the name is something that can grow with you, right? So you want to think about, does it make sense? Is it a good fit for the industry that you're in as an organizer or whatever business you're running? Is it future proof, as in, like, is it something that can grow with you? Because, like, for instance, you wouldn't want to put only your name, right? Like, Samantha Brown Organizing. If you plan on having a team, or you plan on being, like starting with a team even, you would want it to be like Samantha Brown Organizing and Company, or Organizing Group, or I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you want to make sure that it's kind of future proof for whatever your goals are for your business. Now, if you know it's always going to be you and you're like, I may have an assistant or two, but I'm never going to have people going out as teams without me, then you could totally look into using like your name or some form of organizing with you or something like that. So is it easy to pronounce, and is it easy to remember? Those are just a few little things you want to think about just to double check that it's a good name, because sometimes we can get a little sentimental, like, oh, well, my nickname as a kid was, actually, I'll just tell you, my nickname in high school was Spam, like the meat, Spam. And I had it with my friends, like still to this day, my high school friends, when they see me or call me, they're like, hey, Spam. And that was just my nickname. And so but Spam does not go with an organizing business. So I wouldn't want to have named, even though it's a meat and I wouldn't take the name anyways. But because that means something to me, it may have made sense to be like, oh, that was my nickname. And it's actually just more sentimental than it does actually make sense for my industry, and that it's going to be easy to remember. So that's why I'm saying you just want to look at it and just make sure, like, that it's not just that it doesn't just make sense to you because you love it and you're attached to those words, and that it actually would make sense to other people that are going to see the name. So, with that being said, I hope that this has helped you. I am so excited to be recreating this series for you. Again, this is episode 2. I think I have about 6 or 7 more episodes to create for this series. I want to take you step by step through all of the stuff that is very crucial as you're starting your business. Please know that a lot of this, again, I have 46 or 48 modules in my big course of how to start your organizing business. Plus, you get 3 months free in the group coaching community with purchasing the course. So with the save 50 off, then it's going to be $197 if at the time of this recording you go purchase it. With that coupon for $197, you get all of those modules. You get the paperwork for your business. You get the module on how, like the module on how to name your business. You get me walking you through not just the teaching pieces of why things are so important, but also I show you how to actually do those tactical things. You get the group coaching community for 3 months. And then after that, it's only $24 a month. So we can support you as you're going through your business and as you start working with clients. But also in the course, I have an entire module on how to work with clients because that is so important. Everything I've created, I've tried to make it as affordable as possible for you because I know when you're getting started, especially if you were in the position I'm in, you don't have thousands of dollars to put towards a course. And I want to make sure that I'm there to be able to support you, not just me, but the women in the group. And when you come and join the group through the course, I mean, for $197, to me, it's honestly a no-brainer. But when you use the coupon and you come through the course and you come into the group coaching community, you get the group coaching sessions. There's an entire replay vault that you get to go listen to. It also gives you an entire section in the app, which is the membership, of a place to post your homework because I set the course up in a way that it's a course. It's a teaching training. Like there's a workbook to download and you need to print it off. And then you need to actually go through the steps and watch the course. And then you need to take photos and pop your homework in the course or in the membership. Because as you're taking the course, when you hit places like naming your business or even in the membership this morning, one of the members that's going through the course was working on her logo and she popped the photo in and she's like, hey ladies, what do you think about this? And she was getting some feedback. And then that ended up helping her like figure out this other logo that she liked even more. And the second we all saw it, we were like, oh my gosh, yes, that is exactly you. Like that's a way better logo. Great job. And so if she had been by herself trying to create that and then didn't get any kind of feedback, she would have been in a place of like, well, maybe I should keep playing with my logo and maybe I should. And then you just end up wasting time. And why do business alone? Like, this is why I've created the steps that I have at proorganizerzacademy.com is first join the Start Your Business course, right? And then that brings you into the group coaching community. You start to get your business off the ground. And then when you're ready, the website course is there for you as well. So you can get your website, you can get it off the ground within like 5 days if you take the course the way I have it set up for the website course. And then all of a sudden your business is ready and you have all of the pieces. And then you also have the confidence of knowing you've done what you needed to get done. And now it's time to start working with clients. And then you have the continued support of our sisterhood inside of the group coaching community. It is literally every single thing that I would have wanted as I was starting my business is what I have now created for you. And so please take advantage of that. I have put so much work into this. I honestly could charge $1,000 for the course. And I'm not saying that in like a boastful way. I've had other women tell me that have taken the course, but I don't want to. I want to make it so affordable for you. And because the only way that I can help you is if you start coming into the group coaching community and you come into and take the course and allow me to start coaching with you. That is how I can help you succeed. And so that's why I've set everything up the way I have. Again, if you're like, I'm good on the course or the community, I don't think I'm really ready for that just yet. Well, then you can do the $27. I have the paperwork mini course, and then I have the how to name your business mini course. So anyways, you will find all of the links for all those fabulous things in the show notes below. I am so excited for you on this journey. I cannot wait to meet you and to help you with these things inside of the community and the courses. I truly hope to see you there. I thank you for being a listener. If you get a chance, if you would please go give me a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening on, or at least subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. It really helps the channel grow, and I truly, truly appreciate it. I put a lot of heart and effort and prayer into this for you. I truly pray that this is blessing you, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Pro Organizers Coach podcast. Go to proorganizerscoach.com to find all the ways that we can help you succeed in your business. Remember, you have the power to make a difference in people's lives through decluttering and organization. So keep honing your skills, embracing those challenges, and fostering connections. Girl, you've got this.